Hello, everybody. I'm Megan Graham. Welcome to my channel. I just thought I would get on today and say hi. Excuse the duplicate of air filters next to me. I think you can see them sitting over here. My husband and I moved into a new apartment about I think a week ago today. So we're still hanging on the stuff and getting comfortable and getting it the way we want it to be. So it's not quite there. We still have pictures on the floor. So one of the first things that I wanted to do today was literally to color my own hair because it's been a crazy month with figuring out where to move and get settled. And everybody kept commenting and saying, "Oh, wow, your hair's so dark." And that's not the comment that I'm looking for. So today I just put a few highlights into my own hair, which is a little bit difficult sometimes. As some of you may know, I am a hair colorist of 20 years. I owned my own salon in Boston, and I actually won the Best of Boston award for being the top blonde colorist in Boston 2 times. So I've done this for a long time. Sometimes I do it on myself. I've done it for many other people. And today, as I was coloring my hair, I was thinking about maintenance and some of the things that I do to keep my blonde hair blonde and not brassy. So I figured I would just come on for anybody that is interested in what I do in between. And spoiler alert, it's many different things. So it's not like one magical thing that keeps your hair so that it's not brassy. So the big mistake that I think happens for most people, and it's not your fault, by the way, if this is happening, is that people go to the hair colorist, and it's very possible. Always a dog comes to sit next to me and then coughs when I'm live streaming. So if you hear, it's okay, Pops. If you hear a little coughing, it's just a dog sitting next to me. This is the biggest mistake or thing that can happen when you're getting your hair colored. And that is, so your hair is a certain color, right? Like my hair is dark brown. And most of us are getting our hair lifted with bleach. If we are getting highlights, it could be color. Color does not lift your hair very well. So it's most likely bleach, if we're being honest, even though sometimes hair colorists say it's not, it's probably bleach. And so the really important thing is that the bleach has to stay on your hair for long enough to lift your hair to the proper pigment, to the proper blonde, to keep your hair from getting brassy. So let's say I lifted, you can kind of see a little highlight in the front. If I lift that highlight to a strong yellow and I look at it and then I say, oh, I'm going to take a toner. That's a big thing that people do in the salon. I'm going to take a toner and I'm going to tone that down and fix it, and it will look great. So maybe, but that yellow color is always under your hair, right? So it's you really, as a hair colorist, your hair colorist wants to lift your hair about one level past what you need it to be if you want that color to be cool. So they need to make sure that they actually get all of the brassiness or all of that banana yellow color out of your hair. Or what's going to happen is you'll get a glaze on your hair, and we're not talking a glaze just for shine, a glaze to kind of like fix the pigment that was left in your hair. And you'll leave the salon and it will look pretty good, maybe a little darker than you wanted, but it will look pretty good. And then after you wash your hair 4 to 6 times, almost all of that glaze comes out, and then you see the real color. So the first most important thing is you have to find a colorist that can actually lift your hair to the proper blonde that you want. So if it's not lifted, there's very little that you can do to fix it. So we're going to assume in this video that our hair is lifted, it's the perfect color, and it's just how we want it to be. I've seen so much hair color in my day that comes to me that just wasn't lifted properly. Say your hair is lifted properly, and now you're living with your hair and you want to keep that blonde just the way you want it to be. I live in Arizona. Arizona has the hardest water, so it has tons of minerals and tons of stuff in the water. And if you've ever seen hard water or water with minerals build up, on your shower, on your toilet, on your sink, on your dishes, then it builds up on all of those things. Your hair is very porous. So we have to also assume that many times what you see in between appointments, a lot of people will say, oh, my highlights are fading. And when they say fading, it's actually darkening, getting brassy, or just getting to be less that bright, clean blonde that you want. you're getting a buildup, you're getting a product buildup, and you're getting a mineral buildup. So I'm just going to show you guys a few of the things that I do in between appointments, even if the appointment is just with me and I'm coloring my own hair. So very, very simple. Once a week, I do a purifying foaming. It's just a purifying vinegar rinse. So this is one of the products that I do just to, generally speaking, take buildup off and keep it really super, super clean, without all that product buildup, but without clarifying it, which dries out the hair so much. So I want it to be bright, but I don't want it to be dry and damaged. Also, please feel free to jump into the comments if you have anything that you would like to say. Now, although I think, oh my gosh, and I totally forgot one of the things that I wanted to show you, so I'll just describe what it's like. So there's two products that I use at least 2 times a month, so at least every other week, and sometimes every week if I feel like my hair is getting really brassy. One of these products, this is called Dream Filter. This, I'm just going to tell you, is not my top favorite, but it's still a good product. So this is called Dream Filter, and you can actually spray it. My poor little Lola. Are you okay, honey? I'm just going to go pick up Lola. That is my little Yorkie that has autoimmune disease, and she's coughing. So I'm just going to hold her while I'm filming. Come here, baby. It's okay. She needs a nice little brushing, but we'll just have, it's okay, honey. You can sit in my lap. So this is one thing that I use. I will just say it's not my absolute favorite, but if this is all you can get in your area, this is a good one. And if you're looking for the links to any of these products, just feel free. I put my email in the description below, and feel free to write me if you want to. I'll tell you whether I think something is a good fit for you or not. It's really different depending on how hard your water is and what your hair is like. So my favorite, the thing that I use all the time in between, at least every other week, I use this Hard Water Wellness shampoo and conditioner. So I don't use this daily. I just use it when I'm removing the minerals in hard water. And it would be great if I had it to show you, but there's actually a packet of powder that goes, it's okay, honey. You want to sit here? I'm just going to set her down right over here. Lay down. It's okay. You can lay down. So you actually have a packet as well. So you're supposed to use them every week. Sometimes I use the packets every week. Sometimes I use them every other week. And what you do is you wet your hair, and then you actually take the shampoo, put it in your hand, and mix the packet in and distribute it all over your hair. So this takes about 3 little bits of shampoo where you make a lather with the packets. You leave those packets on, or the packet product and the shampoo for 7 minutes. You can do it for 5 minutes if you want, but I have found that the best results come with leaving it on for 7 minutes. So this product, when you use it, your hair feels lighter. It feels more voluminous. You'll find it's so crazy when you do this and you remove the buildup. So this is just about how it feels. It feels silkier. It accepts conditioner better. But most importantly, before you use the product, like let's say I'm really lazy and I haven't used it in maybe a month or so, and then I use it, before I do it, my hair just looks dull. My highlights don't look as bright and my hair feels dark. And then I put the product on for 7 minutes, and after you do that, after you lather it in and you emulsify and you cover everything, because you need it to be touching all the hair if you want it to actually work. So don't be lazy. After you take it out of your hair, so you rinse it and then you do another shampoo and conditioner, when you style your hair, you will be amazed at how much brighter your hair looks. Like just so much brighter. I swear to you, Poppy is like intentionally coughing, but we won't worry about that. You can't do YouTube with pets without having your pets like, I think they're trying to tell me that it's time to eat, and they eat raw, and they're really excited about that. So anyway, I can also send you the links if you're interested in knowing about this. Your blonde hair isn't going to maintain itself. And this is the really funny part. If you do this maintenance at home and you keep the brightness up, what you're going to find is that you don't constantly need to be going to the salon and pulling all the bleach through your hair every time to try to correct the brassiness that is appearing in your hair. So this is like, I know it probably seems so simple and, so easy, but it actually makes a huge difference, and it's going to save the condition of your hair, and it's also going to just keep it bright and looking really great. Day to day, all I do is I just use my regular. So this is my thickening shampoo and conditioner. I use my thickening shampoo and conditioner, which is how I got the health of my hair back, with my thickening serum daily. So those are not removing the minerals, but they're also not depositing any new crud onto my hair that would be making it look brassy and not good. And last step, I know this is a lot of steps. If basically what I also use is I have a shower head that has great filtration, and I put it on my shower. So not only am I reducing the amount of minerals that are coming out of my shower in the water, I'm also removing them weekly and bi-weekly to make sure I don't have any buildup. So that probably sounds like a lot. What I will say is what you're going to see everywhere is everybody's going to say, just use purple shampoo, use purple shampoo. I cannot tell you how many clients I've had at the salon that come in that have been using purple shampoo that just, it's fine if you want to use it. I have a great one I can recommend for you, and I think using it maybe every 10 days is fine. But if you use purple shampoo too frequently, your hair actually can wind up with a purple cast or just wind up looking really drab and discolored. So I think the key is to try to actually remove the minerals and remove the brassiness without just trying to cover it up with something, because in the end, when you are constantly covering up that brassiness, it's not really fixing the problem, it's just masking the problem. So sounds like I have a lot of unhappy pets that are behind me. Would anybody like to jump in? And if you have any questions or comments, even please don't be shy about jumping in if you have anything to say. I've just been trying to show up a little bit more. We had a crazy month where I wanted to get our home, although it's obviously not perfect since we have an air filter sitting behind us. I wanted to get it as cozy and as moved in as possible before I showed up online again, because I feel like once I'm back to my regular routine, I just go, and I, don't tend to go back to organizing my home. So anyway, what I also just wanted to say is when I am picking out my products, I always gravitate towards things that are healthier and lower tox, and I really do try to stay away from conventional products. So most of the things that I choose are either no fragrance or very light in fragrance or natural fragrance. And so that makes a big difference to me too. My mantra as of late and for a long time has just been more good things and fewer bad things, because I believe that when we try to replace some of the conventional things that we've been using with healthier things, we overall feel better. It's better for our bodies. And I have found so many good products that promote health instead of, just heavy fragrances and all that yucky stuff. And I didn't used to think it made a difference, but it really does make just such a big difference. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to run. I think my husband's coming home soon, but I just wanted to talk about that while it was fresh in my mind. Feel free to use my email. I kind of just have stopped putting the links up because I would rather just help you guys. So I know that a lot of people have been commenting and writing to me in emails, and they've been asking me to set them up with thickening systems and telling them exactly what's right for their hair. And that's my favorite thing to do. So I guess I'm very aware. I'm chemically sensitive, so I can't use heavy fragrance and a lot of the things I used to use. And I've had a lot of people come to me lately that are looking for hair systems to help promote thickness and lengthen their hair. And I just love recommending things personally, because it's really hard to go on and just know exactly what you need for your hair. And that's what I've done for years. So please feel free to email me. It's always so nice to be on here. And I hope everybody has a beautiful day. Stay healthy and stay beautiful. And I will see you soon.